Yeah. Looks like they're gonna get going in a sec.
Game
yeah,
style.
For anyone who's watching who hasn't been around, this tournament has been awesome. It's been going on for about a month and a half now.
We're about to get to top 8 soon.
Yeah, we're
just after a few more matches.
Pull up the bracket.
Looks like we're starting now.
Oh yeah, there we go.
So this race will be timed with the in-game time, which is basically real time, but without loading times included. This is to make the competition more fair, since some people's loading times will be different. So you might see someone being ahead, but they won't actually be ahead. But we'll try to keep you guys updated on the actual race.
Yeah,
in the first level, they're going to be collecting yarn. They're going to use that for the sprint hat.
Yeah, I'll be collecting yarn for multiple hats throughout. So those are all routed in. I think what is it? 8, 2, 4, and
I think it's just that. Yeah.
Just those. So there's like 14 yarn total in the route. And then there's also they'll be collecting those green orbs. Those are called pawns, and those are used to unlock different levels.
Yeah, they had to get 5 pawns just right there in order to unlock She Came From Outer Space before they're gonna do barrel battle.
Yeah, and then there's, depending on what route they're doing, I believe you need between 130 and 230 pawns, somewhere like that. Max is 230, but depending on what route they're doing.
Yeah, it's quite a lot. But there's a lot of pawns that are just on the way as you're playing the game, so you don't really need to farm them or anything.
Yeah, it's just you don't want to miss too many.
In this level, they're going to be getting 4 more yarn to get the brewer hat early. This is going to let them use the brewer hat on barrel battle. Brewer hat requires 4 yarn.
What they're also doing here is they're taking damage before picking up this ticket. It's the glitch known as ticket dupe. Basically, while they're flashing from taking damage, you can grab 2 tickets instead of just 1. Yeah, so it saves like 5 or 6 seconds or something like that. And that'll be used in a couple levels as well. There's one other level that involves tickets and safe opening and stuff.
Yeah, that's the focus of the entire level, basically.
Heck yeah.
You'll also notice that they make the hats during a cutscene. That's because while the hat making is happening, whatever is happening in the game is still going. So if you do it during a cutscene, you basically don't waste time.
Yeah, it's like classic double dipping.
They're getting some more pawns here. The pawn drops are actually random, so you can get pretty lucky and get extra pawns. But besides that, the section's an auto-scroller. Just wait for the Mafia guy to get to a certain spot. Seems like Kona's around 5 seconds ahead.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, about 5 seconds. Oh, excuse me. Big yawn.
So this is the first boss, as the game calls it. It's not really a boss. You're kind of just waiting for a guy to throw barrels for most of it. This part does have a bit of fighting, though.
Oh, Kona got stuck there. There's some kind of glitch. I'm not sure exactly how it happened.
I've never seen that.
I've had it happen to me a couple times, depending on like if you're mashing B during a different animation or during a cutscene or something like that, then your dive animation won't happen, and the hat kid will just crouch instead. And you can fix it by jumping, but if you don't realize it's happening, then
I've had that going into finale. If you like try to dive during the cutscene?
Yes,
Or like
yes,
when you...
it's precisely that.
Huh, that's weird.
I've also had it as well, like, when you very first start a run, there's like that 5-second little intro. If you're mashing B as the game loads, then, like, just absent-mindedly, then your dive button just doesn't work.
That is pretty weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like Kona's about to do the final part of this fight. Just gonna use the brewer hat in this guy.
I tried knocking him down early, but unfortunately missed. He's having a rough time there. Yeah, we use the brewer hat in this fight mainly because it does 2 damage instead of just 1. Like, your umbrella would only do 1 damage. And so it can speed up the fight, as well as there's that like glowing red phase that the Mafia guys go into, that you can't smack them. You have to hit them with a potion or jump on their head.
So our boy Cheesy is taking slight lead after barrel battle.
No, it's not a lead until after Mafia battle. Because this level coming up next is one of 2 major instances of RNG, but like pretty much the only ones in the entire game. Aside from like minor things like pawn drops, like we mentioned, and mob AI, stuff like that. Basically, it's just a kind of an auto-scroller boss that may or may not give you a cycle where you can hit him, and it's completely random whether or not he does it. There was one other thing I wanted to mention. You said that the last level was a boss. It's not, though.
In the game, it is. It says boss battle.
In the game,
in the telescope.
Okay, I'm prove to you that it's not, because there's an achievement that says beat a boss with the 1-hit badge equipped, and you get an achievement, and you cannot get the achievement by doing barrel battle.
Well, that just sounds like an inconsistent. I will notify the developers and get that changed.
Yeah, they are collecting a lot of pawns early on here, like we mentioned, to unlock levels, and the next big thing that they'll have to pay for is heating a Mafia Town, which costs 100 in 3 levels. So
They're going to be doing a fight skip here. You just jump over 2 different cutscenes, and you skip having to fight 2 Mafia guys by just going on top of these door frames. It's like both of them got it. Going in pretty much like 5-second difference into Mafia boss.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, Cheesy does not know how to jump on his head. Or does not prefer to. Oh, Kona's trying. You just give up. Yeah, if you can, on these shock phasers that he's shooting, if you jump on his head, you can actually speed up the rate that he's shooting those lightning bolts. Yeah, Kona's skipping it too. It saves quite a bit of time. It's kind of worth going for.
Yeah.
But,
so the RNG in this fight is the bag drops and the angry attacks. You can get anywhere between 2 and 4 bag drops and 2 and 4 angry attacks, just depending on attack order. Each of the bags is 6 extra seconds. So,
and then the angries are like...
Ideally, you want to avoid those. They're also going to be doing a quick kill here in a little bit. They're just going to charge the brewer hat in the right-hand side. And then Mafia boss will just jump out of bounds.
Yeah, for whatever reason, holding the brewer hat, or charging the brewer potion rather, does actually change your collision for whatever reason, which forces them off.
Yeah, I've tried messing with that with other hats, and it just didn't work.
There was in a beta build apparently a version of that skip that didn't involve any kind of hat. It was just like the old collision worked that way, and it performed similarly. But yeah, it's funny that maybe
that is pretty weird.
Yeah. So now we might be diverging for a sec here on route, just personal preference on level order here.
Yeah, there are instances where level order actually does matter, but this is not one of them.
Yeah, it looks like Cheesy's gonna do sewers first.
Yep. And I bet Kona's gonna do Golden Vault. Nope, I was wrong. That was a gut feeling.
Tell you will.
Well, this will make comparison easier. That's for sure.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Cheesy. He still makes the good cycle or a backup cycle, but
yeah, it's gonna be like 3 seconds slower. Still pretty good though. Kona also falling down.
Unfortunate.
This is the first time rift in the game. It's pretty similar to Super Mario Sunshine's secret levels. Lots of moving platforms and cycles to make. They are very short though, which is why we try to do as many of them as possible. So Cheesy's PB on the leaderboards is actually a 56, while Kona has a 49, but Cheesy has pretty substantial lead right now, so I'm curious if that PB is actually accurate.
Yeah, it's either inaccurate or it's just he's good at Mafia Town, because like mid-game and late game actually do mean a lot. Like whether or not Cheesy's actually going for bag skip, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Well, he's going for a double dupe.
Okay.
Did not get it.
Yeah, he didn't get off the rope quickly enough there. He had the distance and he had the speed. He just didn't.
Looks like Kona's not going for it at all. Double dupe is basically doing that duplication glitch that we mentioned earlier, but you're doing it twice on each of the tickets. There's 4 tickets total, so you basically collect 2 tickets and dupe each of them. In order to be able to do it, you need to be able to do a sprint double jump. That involves letting go of the sprint button and then immediately after pressing the jump button. That gives you sprint momentum, but you're able to do 2 jumps, so you can go a lot further.
Yeah, it's kind of it's hard to tell when it's happening unless
looks like he got it that time.
It. Yeah. So it's not. So it looks like they're going to be maybe 958.
Yeah, we'll see.
Cheesy did have a bit of a lead going into that level, so I think he might be a bit behind, but it'll be close.
They're pretty close to tied.
Oh, he needs to pick up more pawns, though.
Yeah.
He needed 1 pawn, that's unfortunate. But yeah, they're virtually identical going out of that
Kona
level.
takes a slight lead. So Kona used those 100 pawns to unlock heating up Mafia Town.
Yeah, and this is a level that's pretty cool. There are a couple of checkpoint abuse strats that we use. Basically, falling in the lava, taking damage along the way while they knock out all these faucets.
Yeah, there's 6 faucets total. After each of the first 5 that you take care of, it'll give you a checkpoint, so you can just death abuse after any of them that you want to.
Yeah, and it'll always teleport you back to the start of the level, so it saves a lot of backtracking. And the loading screen from dying actually, of course, is timed out, so that helps as well.
So Kona's gonna do the first of the 2 death warps.
Also, Cheesy disgracing this stream, disgracing this Christian server with Dino Hat.
I'm glad we are in agreement. Is Cheesy doing the new route, actually?
Yeah, what is he doing?
I think he actually is. There's a slightly newer version of the heating up Mafia Town route where the last faucet is actually the first one that Kona got, and he is going to do a stuck warp instead of dying.
Wait, how? Oh, is he doing this? Oh, he's doing the stuck warp at the end.
Yeah,
oh, that's right. So. That's right. I have seen this. Okay, I misread what he did. I thought he already got the first 3. Okay.
Either that or I wasn't paying attention. No, yeah,
it looks like he's going for it.
So he's going to use the brewer hat to get stuck on top of this faucet.
Does the tree count as collision, though?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
So there are certain actors that if you're on top of them, it does not reset your stuck position. I don't know. Yeah. So
basically, they're exploiting what's normally supposed to be an out-of-bounds safety mechanism. Is that if you get stuck in like a weird spot, then the game will teleport you to your last safe position. but there's certain things that don't reset that safe position, and it's mostly entities like the faucet or bounce pads, umbrellas, mushrooms, stuff like that.
He's having a lot of trouble here. I've never seen anyone do it like this.
I've seen people do it like this, but I've know.
Well,
that
normally people like
there.
jump and then throw the brewer hat rather than going from the bottom.
Yeah. Okay, he did it.
That took a while.
Yeah, that lost him like.
I will say, if
seconds.
he wasn't wearing the dino hat, that would have worked first try.
Except he's gonna miss the stuck warp now because he needs to. Yeah, I think he's actually screwed. Yeah, he just missed the stuck warp. It does teleport him to the beginning, but...
No checkpoint, because it's the last faucet, so...
Oh, you're right. That's unfortunate. Is he gonna go for it again? No, he can't now.
How do you get back from this?
You don't. The answer is don't do it in a race. That's I think that was honestly a misplay. I mean, it's good to go for that in PB runs and stuff, and like world record and stuff, but that strat is a lot more difficult than it might first seem. And I mean, without the consistency for a strat like that, it's put him behind over a minute.
Yeah, that's a pretty sizable time loss. Meanwhile, Kona's gonna go to chapter 3. There's an item in chapter 3 that's required in chapter 2 called the hook shot, so that's why we're doing it in this order. Yeah, this race is definitely not over yet.
Oh, Kona doesn't do bag skip, okay.
Yeah, so maybe Cheesy will be able to save 30 seconds there once he gets there.
So yeah, there's this cutscene that Kona's he's gonna be in for the next 30 seconds or so. It's possible to get basically really high and jump all the way over the cutscene trigger, and that does save quite a bit of time. But it's a pretty precise platforming thing, and it does require it's very punishing if you miss it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you'd probably lose at least 20 seconds per attempt, and it only saves 30. So if you just fail it a bunch, it's a lot of time loss.
Yeah, and in a race environment, typically, if you go for it and you miss it, you end up most people decide to just go eat the cutscene anyways. I wonder if Kona does the death whip at the end of this. I don't think he does because he's not taking damage here. There is a strat, just a general mechanic, is that after you take your 4th damage and you're technically dead, your hitbox is actually still active, so you can still do things like grab timepieces. And with that, and there is an exploit. It remains to be seen if he's going. I don't think he's going for it though. You can basically skip going back to the hub after grabbing a timepiece if you die at the same time.
They actually are going to do cheating the race, but they're going to do it later because it requires 50 pawns to unlock. And it's just more convenient for the pawn routing.
Oh yeah, I didn't mention that.
Someone asked in the chat, so that's
because yeah, they had because they had to spend 100 to get into heating a mafia town, and yeah, they literally just didn't have it. Yeah, if only the runners were doing the new route as well, there would be a lot more snatcher.
Well, Cheesy might. We'll see.
Oh yeah, well, did he talk to cats? I didn't see.
I don't know. I'm a bad commentator, apparently.
Yeah, I was talking about bag skip. Must have missed it. If he talked to cats, then he's probably doing the new route.
It is surprisingly hard to pay close attention to different verses at once.
I suppose we'll know at the end of this level if he grabs the if he goes into mail delivery first.
Yeah. Well, he's probably going to do subcom first.
Yeah, maybe.
Subcon will.
Or at the end of Subcon Well, that's what I meant.
Looks like Cheesy is gonna go for the death though.
Oh yeah. But yeah, in my head I always mix Subcon Well and CO into one level because you don't ever exit back to hub.
Yeah. Kona going for an SDJ here to get that yarn.
Doesn't do the well zips.
Yeah, you can dive up that tree to enter the well a bit quicker. We'll probably see Cheesy doing it.
Yeah, Cheesy seems like he's up and coming and he's learning all the tough strats, but he just maybe doesn't have the consistency that a more experienced player would have by now.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's just playtime, honestly.
And consistency is like something where if you just grind out a bunch of attempts, it might not really matter too much besides, you know, how much time you have to put in to get a PB, but in a tourney race setting, you definitely need that.
Yeah. Here, this is the death warp I was talking about. He's going to toss this bomb right next to the timepiece and take damage, and your collision's funky, so you fall through the level, but he doesn't actually go back to the hub at the end of that level, and you see the IL timer is also broken on this game as well. But yeah, that saves, what is it, like 10 seconds, 7 seconds, something like that?
It's just 3 if you include the time that you lose to setting it up, but like the actual death is 10. Overall though, 3-second time save over not going for it.
And it's relatively free, especially if you've got a good setup, but
yeah.
Uh-oh. This is kind of bad for Cheesy. I think he's getting stuck. Yeah, he overshot. I think he got a rollout off of the thing during the cutscene. Or maybe slid off of it.
So I'm curious what route Kona's actually doing, because he told us before the race that it was not the new route. But I wonder if he's gonna do the toilet.
No, he's going to Vanessa here.
Did he enter the wrong level?
Yeah, maybe he entered the wrong level, but
Guess that
I mean,
works.
it's the same speed as going in well, isn't it? Or relatively?
Well, he dodged Snatcher.
Maybe he
You have
wasn't
to go
sure.
around the cutscene.
In mail delivery, yeah, you do.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
So, yeah, maybe he entered the wrong level, but shouldn't lose too much time.
Anyways, he's going over all these walls. You normally need to hit a few bells to do this, but you can just do it with some platforming. He's gonna go to the actual manor here now. This is like a 3-story horror sequence, but there just happens to be a dove-placed hole in the wall that we can crawl through. And that just skips the entire sequence, basically.
She's having a little rough on the well climb there, but not too bad. Yeah, Kona's just gonna crawl right through this. He's also jumping over a cutscene trigger there because it covers most of the floor, but not the ceiling because they don't expect you to be able to jump over it. But yeah.
You know, I've always wondered, when devs are placing cutscene triggers like that, why don't they make them just a tiny bit bigger? Just to make sure. It's like invisible walls. You know, can't you just make it real tall?
This game was Unity, right?
It's Unreal 3.
It's Unreal 3, then I don't know.
It's a bit weird.
I mean, perhaps because they did obviously have a lot of speedrunning features like in mind when designing the game, and people speedran this from like the earliest builds. So maybe on a lot of these cutscene triggers, they left them open like that for people to find stuff. I'm not sure how much of the like who knows? Maybe like that mafia boss fight skip was like left in on purpose.
Head in Time is coming to the Switch tomorrow, as announced at the Microsoft conference.
Yeah, Microsoft conference, dude. Along with Gears of War Funko Pop, dude.
Yeah, so Kona, I don't think he's gonna do the toilet quick kill.
Yeah, I don't think he is either. I think he just misclicked on the entry. He might have been absent-mindedly mashing on his controller, and it just automatically put him inside mail delivery when he was supposed to go back into the subcon well instance of the level. So yeah, Cheesy did just grab the contract for the toilet. So it looks like he will be doing the new route, at least to some extent. I don't know if he'll be doing the whole thing or if he'll just be doing village skip.
No, I'm pretty sure he's doing the whole thing because of Mafia of Cook's practice.
Yeah, that too. Unless he routes on the fly. Ooh, Kona had a big
yeah, that was pretty scary. He hit the bell just to be safe, but was still a bit late there, so
he hit the bell and then struggled to get on top of it to actually jump across the gap. That was what happened, and then he barely, yeah, that was rough. Oh, Cheesy missed a guy. It's unfortunate. I think did he miss the dupe? Was that what happened? I think he probably missed the dupe.
So I think Kona's gonna do mail, or pipe. Just kidding. I forgot the level order. Yeah, he did village first, which threw me off.
He's gonna do the riffs and then and then go do the mail delivery. That's a small thing, like these cutscenes that happen when you're on the menu and shows you like, oh, this is the level you beat, this is the level you unlocked. It saves like one of those cutscenes to do the levels in the order that Kona's doing. So
meanwhile, Cheesy is going to do the toilet quick kill.
This is,
I think. Okay, yeah. That's
how old is this tech? Like 2 weeks old?
I think it's less than that. I think it's like a week.
Week and a half, something like that. And,
I don't know. Time travels quick in the Hat in Time universe. New stuff found all the time. Yeah, what he's going to do is change his graphics settings as the toilet disappears, and I'll just make the toilet never respawn, which just completes the level in 30 seconds.
No mouse menuing, though. But yeah, that's really nice.
I don't think he's gonna get the timepiece.
If you can't menu here, okay.
Yeah. When that contract pops up, it freezes you, and if you already got the timepiece, you can just exit the hub, but he didn't, so lost a tiny bit of time to that.
Not too bad, though. It's a new route, though. Yeah, I don't even know what the theory is on why that skip even works. I think it's probably something to do with like unloading and reloading textures on the toilet, and it just like probably like breaks his model or something.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
But yeah, I'm not sure because it also only works while he's teleporting. So maybe we should. I don't even think that the devs know about that skip yet. So maybe we should. Maybe we'll DM Maruki or Meku on Twitter or something, be like, yo, explain this.
The new Picture Perfect route actually got patched by the devs before we started using it, as far as I know.
Oh,
so maybe they already know about this.
That's funny that we didn't.
Yeah.
We knew that they patched it, but we forgot about it. I'm mad too. I'm the one that made the original route. I just like completely missed it.
So the difference between the two routes is that going to do Subcon Forest finale here, and he's also going to do Mafia of Cooks later on, while Kona's going to do the Big Parade, the Moon Rift, and the Fake Award Ceremony. Parade's the longest level in the game, so it's not ideal, but the other 2 levels are pretty short. You'll see Kona doing those at the end of Chapter 2, which is the chapter he just entered.
Yeah, and it's, despite the toilet being so fast now, it really only doesn't really save as much time as you might think, because like with the new toilet, quick kill is like a minute faster than the old one. But the issue being that if you want to get rid of Parade, then you also have to get rid of the award ceremony and the Moon Rift, because Parade's a requisite for those 2 levels. So when we were searching for a new route, basically it was impossible to route out Parade, award ceremony, and Moon Rift while still being faster, because you needed 3 different levels. But now we have that, which is awesome.
Yeah, so it's around a 30-second time. As far as we know, it's kind of changing all the time.
Yeah, I think 30 seconds roughly is a good estimate. That was kind of risky by Kona. He like just went for it. That guy.
Kona just finished Deadbridge Studio, sort of a stealth level. There was a checkpoint abuse about halfway through that he did. You'll see Cheesy doing that.
Yeah, we'll get another chance to talk about it when Cheesy does it. As we were blabbing on about the new route. FPS glitches were never actually patched. Sorry, I'm just looking at the chat. 12 FPS glitches were never patched, but they did get banned for speedruns. That's one of the rules on all the speedrunnings. Basically, any glitches that are frame rate specific are banned.
Well, I think they completely removed 12 FPS as an option. It's like 24 is the minimum now.
Yeah, but there still exists some bugs.
Yeah,
and
also at higher FPS as well.
Yeah, higher FPS affects it. Basically, FPS is the physics engine is tied to the FPS. So yeah, it's good that not only did that get patched out, but like we removed it as an option for running as well.
I feel called out right now.
Apparently you're the name of his pet's childhood pet, dude.
All right. Anyways.
He just called you out, dude.
So Kona's in Murder on the Owl Express. This is sort of a detective mission. You're supposed to collect clues and go through this train. It's a lot like the 1,000-Year Door. The train sequence in that game. Where's he going? In a speedrun, though, we do not need to get any clues. We just need to get to the end, and in a little bit, we'll see a pretty big sequence break where Kona's going to get to a button early. This is also the first of 4 movie levels. This entire chapter is a competition between DJ Grooves and the conductor to see who's going to make the best movies and win the award. So this is a conductor movie. Now is the sequence break. Just getting to that button early. He's now going to go through this door backwards compared to what it was intended.
Yeah, that's another thing that's been patched as well. Like because like the first instance, like before you play the first instance of the level, before you play that cutscene, that's like, oh, we need to go search for the murderer now. There is an invisible wall blocking you from actually getting to that top part of the train, but in this instant that has the crows patrolling it, that invisible wall is, for whatever reason, forgotten.
Yeah, I don't know why they would remove.
I don't think it was that they removed it. It was that they probably added it to the primary and forgot to add it to the secondary. Like someone had an oversight that it's actually 2 different levels.
My favorite chapter is the DLC chapter that I totally have already played.
Oh yeah, did Reggie Fils-Aimé give you early access?
Yeah, he's my uncle, and he works at Microsoft.
Oh yeah.
I actually played on the Switch.
Do you have an early copy of the Real Funko Pop? I'm sorry.
Yes, but
I'm sorry about that.
It's only on my iPhone, and that game bricked my iPhone, so I can't.
Dude. Yeah, man, I can't even play it, dude. I only have an iPhone 3G.
I'm so sorry to hear that, dude. I know how much we all want to play Gears Funko.
So yeah, Cheesy is working on the Snatcher fights, one of the other 2 levels that is subbed in. Basically, there's a spot right here on the edge of his circle where you can actually reach in and still smack him. Yeah, so he's able to beat. That's basically the quick kill. He's not supposed to be vulnerable for any of this. You're supposed to be just dodging, and he's taking away your hat and stuff like that. But for whatever reason, you are actually able to reach him. Now, fight's over in less than a minute, but there are some cutscenes coming as well. Oh, but he missed the hit. Does he know how to back this up? I don't think he knows how to back this up. That's unfortunate.
I don't know either. Do you know?
I know how to back it up. You have to manipulate his turn, because like you see how he's like leaning to one side. You have to get him to turn in between 2 different cycles, and actually hit him on his left side.
That seems kind of difficult. That's another example, though, of knowing backup strats.
He just soft blocked. Because Snatcher was in a spot where he couldn't hit him, and he was frozen. He wasn't advancing his fight state. That's really unfortunate. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it looks like Kona's taking pretty sizable lead just because of those pretty silly but really huge mistakes.
Yeah. And that's what happens with a new route. And again, stuff like this, it all boils down to consistency. Like I don't imagine. I imagine that Cheesy's a lot like me, who literally learned the Snatcher quick kill the night before his race. Like, I mean, the skip's only a week old, so he probably hasn't been doing this level and runs before. He's hitting Snatcher way too many times here. That's his issue. He's only supposed to advance his fight state so many times. At least part of his issue.
In the meantime, Kona's doing Train Rush. It's another conductor movie level. It's pretty fast paced. It's pretty much all movement. It was in the speedrun beta for this game, where there were 3 levels and it was a speedrun competition. This was one of the levels. So it's basically meant for speedrunning.
Also, best song in the game.
I disagree, but it's good.
Okay, but Electro Swing of this versus literally any other song in the game.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, his issue is that he's losing track of his spot that he's actually hitting Snatcher at, and yeah, it's causing him like too much trouble. It's like you should be like, once you find that spot, you have to like stare at it and make sure you don't go for any other spot, because there's only like a few places on the circle that you can actually hit him through. Kona now has the Ice Hat, which he'll be using for this route. I wonder if he's going for Parade Death or not. I know that he's had issues with it in the past, but yeah, I wonder what. Yeah, he's still gonna go for it.
So Kona's gonna do Gallery Chip. They're both really fast. This is like a 26-second level if you do it optimally.
Optimally. On like in a run, you can expect like a 30-second time. But
Well, Fuff gets like 27s in runs.
Yeah, but Fuff is a madman, and he's doing stress that Kona isn't. Yeah, I honestly think that Cheesy underestimated his strat on the quick kill. I think he might just be doing the boss normally now. This is a rough way to go out. Hey man, we've all been there. At least I have. Honestly, if he wanted to give up on the fight, it might have been a better idea to just go do parade.
I don't know. It's a big commitment.
I mean, it's 4 minutes, but what's this fight? How long is this fight without skips?
I don't know.
That's the thing, because the cutscenes at the end of this are a minute.
What do you think the name of your pet's childhood pet would be?
Chalkert. You just put my name in, dude.
Well, now you got called out.
I got called out, dude. Yeah, but my name didn't fit. I'm now Chalkert. No writ for me, dude. And this time rift is it can be pretty rough, to say the least. You do skip a lot of the checkpoints in the level, and some of them are broken because you're sequence breaking a lot of the puzzles as well. But so if you do fall off anywhere here, you won't die, but you'll get put all the way back to the start. Kona does grab a checkpoint as safety there as well.
I don't know if he's gonna get the fast cycle. Your time on this rift basically comes down to which cycle you get on this gear and then your movement after that. You know, the Snatcher fight is pretty long.
Yeah.
I didn't remember this taking so long casually.
No, it does, because if you can't hit him in the circle, because he still has a he still has to take like 6 or 7 hits or something. So yeah. Is he? Oh, he couldn't find Snatcher, dude. Because yeah, these cutscenes are still another minute, so I honestly think that he might have been better off just going and doing parade, and then he could skip. He could skip CTR. He could skip Mafia Cooks at that point. That's what he would skip, right?
Yeah, but he already got the relic. I don't know. It's still probably would have been smart.
Yeah, it's kind of rough at this point. It's hard to call. Because if you beat Parade,
the thing is, he already did Village.
He already did Toilet, and the only level that he already did was Toilet. So then
he could have done Parade, Moon, Award Ceremony, and then skipped something like Cheating the Race. If you wanted to.
MOC's a minute 30, so yeah, you'd want to skip that, wouldn't you?
Which level?
Or Mafia Cooks is a minute 10?
Well, yeah, you would. I'm saying you would skip Mafia of Cooks and.
You'd only skip one.
Snatcher.
Yeah, you'd skip Mafia Cooks and Snatcher, and then you would do Parade and Moon instead, probably.
Why not Award Ceremony?
Because you don't have access to it if you don't do Moon. Oh wait, no, yeah, you do Award Ceremony. I'm a dingus.
Yeah, I don't know. And then skip some random other level? I don't know.
No, you would just do. Yeah, you would skip Moon, and you would skip Mafia Cooks. That's what you would do if you wanted to give up on the Snatcher fight.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think I'm making the right call there.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
I think.
Anyways, we got pretty sidetracked by that, but...
I mean, it's an auto-scroller now.
Yeah.
So,
This is the 4-minute super long level that Cheesy's gonna end up skipping.
And it's relevant because we were just talking about what route we would do instead, and this is the route that you would do instead, is you'd do a modified version of the old any % route.
Parade just makes you do a bunch of tasks, makes you wait between them. There is an option to die at the end, sort of like they did at the end of Contractual Obligations. But Kona's not going to be going for that, so we won't see that. But that would be a 13-second time save. You know, Cheesy just did the checkpoint like 5 minutes ago, and we didn't bring it up again, but...
Oh well.
Oh well. Times have changed.
Oh, Conan just said in chat he's not going for Death Parade.
Yeah.
You're smart. You're smart. You read.
You have the chat open in a corner of my monitor.
The new route also came at kind of like a really nice time for a lot of folks, because there were also some, 3 seconds per warp strats on this level that were found, because there's 2 stuck warps, right?
Yeah.
And it's 3 seconds a pop, and those strats are they can be really rough. They're on the big parade. We use that out of bounds position reset mechanic that we were talking about in Heating Up Mafia Town before. Basically, there's a way to exploit that here in the task phases to actually just like warp to the other side of the stage and save some backtracking.
Yeah, Parade's a lot more risky now, so it's kind of nice that it's gone from the route.
Yeah.
Except I did it in my race anyway and lost because of that, but that's a whole different story.
Oh, heck, dude.
Parade sucks.
Parade does suck. It's actually silly that we were like, man, we have to include this dumb level in the route, like, since the game came out. And then slowly, it became, like, ridiculously high-tech.
Yeah. Parade has, like, the most changes out of any level. Besides maybe Heating Up Mafia Town. I don't know.
Well, the OG Heating Up Mafia Town route only had... because we didn't think to take damage along the way. I remember watching Mildew try and route that like day 2 of release. But then, yeah, and then Humpty's had a lot of stuff done to it since then.
Kona's now doing Moon Rifts. He did a sprint double jump there to skip having to press 2 buttons. Saves like 3 seconds. Maybe it's 5. I don't remember. I just know I used to not do it because SDJs were hard.
I think it's like 5. Conan not going for Breath of the Wild launch.
I didn't realize anyone thought, but it actually makes perfect sense.
Who doesn't call it that? What?
Everyone else?
Oh, what do they call it then?
They call it the Moon SDJ, but not the first Moon SDJ.
Yeah, but see, calling it Moon SDJ like refers to Cookie.
Oh, you're right. There are in fact 3
there are
important SDJs.
like 3 important SDJs, so you have to call them something different. Because you could go for like the actual Moon SDJ that Kona did. You can go for Cookie SDJ. It's ridiculous, dude. That level's high tech as well.
Yeah, and that level is also gone from the new route.
Which is that's like the one thing that I really dislike about the new route is that that's gone, because that one, Moon Rift, is like one of my favorite levels.
Yeah, I like it.
Like, it's not my favorite out of like main missions. I think Picture Perfect is my favorite, but Moon Rift is definitely my favorite rift overall.
Well, you are the Picture Perfect god.
I'm the Picture Perfect legend, and I'm the Cookie SDJ legend, dude.
All right.
I'm a god, dude.
Kona blowing some kisses.
Heck yeah, dude. Love this boy.
He only has 2 timepieces left. He's gonna get Cheating the Race and then Mailroom. And then he'll be on to Finale. You need 25 timepieces to access the last chapter, and that's how you beat the game.
And then the last chapter counts as 1, so 26 total.
Yep.
Yeah, if only we
This
had
level would normally require the time stop hat, but we don't need it.
We go real fast. You got your Koopa the Quicks and you got your Piantissimos and then you got this guy. This guy's like S tier, and then there's a huge power gap, and then Koopa the Quick is like D tier, and then Piantissimo's F tier. Like,
has anyone made this tier list? Because this actually sounds like something that'll be
like people you race in video games.
Yeah.
Oh, he just forgot a route? He just forgot a yarn. Cheesy just forgot a yarn in the route. He didn't grab the one after the photo guy. He pulled the me, dude.
Unless he already got one, and we weren't paying attention.
Unless he got an extra.
Let's just hope.
If he's not going for, maybe he's grabbing it in Cheating the Race. He has the option to do that.
Yeah, he could. He could do Mafia of Cooks, then Cheating the Race,
and then Mail, because he doesn't need it until Mail for this route, right? So maybe that's his ploy. Is that faster or no?
No, not anymore. Because that yarn is like 1.8 seconds. It's like 0.2 slower or something than the optimal yarn.
Yeah, because I'm not familiar with the counterclockwise picture-perfect route enough to know how much time it saves to route it out.
Well, I don't think the yarn that he skipped would be faster.
Because he skipped the one right
you
before
can
the
skip
sprint.
you can skip like the one in Subcon. Well, that one's like 1.5, something like that.
Versus CTR?
Yeah, CTR is like 1.8.
Okay.
But the picture perfect one, I think, is like a second.
Well, there's 2. Obviously the one on top at the very beginning is free. Don't route that one out. I'm talking about the second one. Like on the balcony. That's the one
I think
because he just went straight to the.
I think the second one's like a second. I don't know though.
Because I know that in the clockwise route, it's only 2 seconds to route out both yarn and still complete the level. But I don't know enough about the route, so I actually want to lab this later, maybe after finals. But I will lab this.
Yeah, study first for sure. So Kona entering Finale. He jumped over a fence to get in here.
Does he not know you can press F5?
I don't think so.
I
was about to say
after
that.
the race. It's funny.
He turned up his brightness so he can see things easier for Finale skip. The skip that was in the hub to jump over the fence and this Finale skip, they get rid of the requirement for the Dweller hat. So that just skips us having to get 12 yarn. And it's faster.
And also doing the level itself, because there's like cutscenes and platforming and junk. And
it's actually not that slow. I'm pretty sure you could get like a 2:15 slap if you were to do it optimally. Maybe even lower than that.
If your username. Oh no, is he gonna die? Oh, yeah. That's rough. He tried to dive on top and he got caught on some janky geometry.
Can he? I don't think so.
Can he what?
I don't think PB is possible, but I think he could get like 50.
Oh, for Kona?
Yeah.
He could get, from this point in the level, he can get like a mid 50 or a low 51, like somewhere in that range.
Yeah. That's what it seems like.
We'll see what his slap is, and then we'll know. However, Cheesy is actually not... Is he out of a PB? I don't actually know. Because he did Snatcher, right? And he just did... What did he just do? Did he just do Mail? No, he just did Gallery. Okay, yeah, he's out of a PB. Never mind. Oh, no. Kona got stuck warped. See, that's the intended mechanic, is that you get caught on janky geometry and you teleport to your last safe position, but unfortunately it's something that we want to avoid in this case on top of the level as we're sliding along the side here. But you did just see the mechanic in action. Granted, not in the way that speedrunners want to use it.
Kona does have a massive lead stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he has time if he wants to mess this up.
Like that?
Like that. That's Jinx. I'm sorry, I'll just stop talking.
At some point, he might not do the slides anymore and just go for dive boosts.
Yeah, he can just go all the way across the top, and
that would waste like 25 seconds, but that's not even one attempt. So
yeah, it's worth it at this point if he just wants to guarantee his win. But I mean, go big or go home, right? Like I don't blame Cheesy for trying and going for the new route or going for like riskier strats like the stuck warps and heating up Muffy Town. But just knowing your limits, really, knowing that you haven't gotten your consistency up to snuff on the newer levels is maybe...
yeah, and learning backups is really important for sure.
Yeah, because it seemed like when he did make errors, and he just... And like the decision to do the whole Snatcher fight without any skip tech, it still took him 4 minutes to beat that level. So it's like not knowing that, hey, if I'm gonna screw this up, I can go do different levels.
Yep.
But I mean, he did make it this far in the tournament, so I don't really blame him. He came through. I mean, he beat Cheese. The other Cheese. Cheesy beat Hardcore Cheese.
5? Oh, never mind.
Hardcore Cheese 5, dude. different cheese. So yeah, he got as far as I did, and I've been playing the game like probably 3 times as long as him. So good stuff.
Yeah, I think the loser of this match in the tourney.
Yeah, this is a losers match.
What happened to Kona?
I don't know. I think he fell off again.
Alright. Interesting.
I was looking at the bracket when it happened, but yeah, I think I heard him bonk.
He can still fail a few more times from this point.
Hey man, apparently he didn't watch your safe slides tutorial. Shoutouts to my boy WooferZXC on YouTube, who uploads cool tech demonstrations for Hat in Time, as well as explanations and glitched and task videos for Pac-Man World 3.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is, but he sounds real cool.
Yeah, he's a pretty neat dude, you know. What are these rollouts he's doing? What the heck? Is this the faster way?
It's the real safe slides. It might be faster than dive boosting slightly, because you can't really bonk.
Yeah, you can't bonk on top here, that's impossible, but just whether or not it's faster than just straight dive rollouts.
Alright, going back into the gauntlet. We'll see if he makes it. Did he fall again? Based on his chat message, he may have.
Kona, no. Kona, you madman. More like Kona. He bonked again.
That spot is supposed to be a safe exit spot, but I think you need to have a more shallow angle in order to exit there consistently.
So, if anyone has a GameCube controller near them, when I get back up at the end there, you know the GameCube notches are an octal gate, right? Yep. I am less than okay, so I'm holding straight the entire time, holding straight up. When I do my strat, I go less than a third towards the right notch, towards the top right notch, to actually get up on top. That's how shallow I hold my angles, just to be safe, so that I don't bonk on janky geometry. And Kona was pretty much holding like straight top right.
Yeah, so at this point, Kona can still probably fail it 2 or 3 more, still win. I hope he does not.
Yeah, I hope he just goes, honestly. 'Cause that'd be a hot meme. I mean, hey man, maybe he's got stuff to do and things to see, and doesn't want to. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to be an attorney. Oh, he will. Maybe he's throwing.
Yeah, I really hope not.
Do we have any? I don't know. I forget that this isn't like someone's channel. We don't have Minorino FFZs on our
Alright,
channel.
so Cheesy only has mailroom left, and then he's gonna go to finale.
He did MOC, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And also, there is a 1 minute discrepancy in load times here, so Smelly's actually a little bit.
Oh yeah, that is a good point.
Yeah.
He might actually enter finale in about a minute. Actually, it's a bit more, probably a minute and a half, so.
Yeah.
So hopefully Kona does not fall.
He literally just needs to go straight right now. Like, don't be a dingus. Or go on top, like a smart boy like me.
Yeah, it's only 2 seconds slower. And when you've already lost like 4 minutes.
Okay. Now he just needs to not...
Don't die to Mustache Girl.
Don't die to Mustache Girl.
This is the final boss. She has like 5 phases. In this first one, if you die, you need to go back to the hub. Because it'll put you at a checkpoint where you can't actually beat the level. Yeah, I think he's good now.
Yeah, it'll take some major throws to lose at this point.
If Kona loses at this point, I will accuse him of throwing.
Yeah, I'll contact the tournament committee. I'll contact the Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court. I'll contact Obama. Yeah, this fight is the other major instance of RNG in the game. I mentioned earlier that Mafia Boss was one of them. This is the other. Coming up here is there's a phase of this final fight where she can go inside of a blue ball that you need to get a cherry bomb to actually break her out of, and it's completely random what attack phase she actually does, and she's pretty likely to go inside this blue ball. And so you can guarantee that like a maximum of 4 cherry cycles.
Well, yeah.
If with perfect play you can cap at 4 cycles, but it's possible with like double hits and good luck to get as low as only needing the first, but it's exceedingly rare. Like I think average is like 2 or 3 cherries somewhere in between there.
I think 3 cherry happens like 2/3 of the time.
Something like that.
And the chance of 1 cherry is like 1.5%.
Yeah, it's something ridiculously stupid, and then you also need to play perfectly, because if you're getting a 1 cherry, then you can get double. So then it's entirely dependent on your play as well.
Yeah, I was inspired by your Bianco 5 stuff, so I figured out RNG distributions for Mafia Boss and for Mustache Girl.
Yeah, dude, I've done like 3 good things in my speed games total, you know, and that's one of them. So thank you for the shout out and for the homage.
Yeah, no problem.
I honestly would have done it myself. So yeah, at this point, Kona's basically got this in the bag. He's completely invulnerable for this final like payoff phase of the boss fight.
Cannot die.
Just raining down pawns on him.
Can't really lose much time unless you really mess up. Because the attacks they're in a random order, but there's no shield or anything where you can't attack, so just keep trying to do damage.
Yeah, probably the worst phase that you could get here is Bounce House, where she's like Bowser bombing all over the stage, and you either have to get lucky and hit her with a potion, or get close enough to hit her with a homing attack, but it can be difficult.
Alright, so
yeah.
now Kona just needs to get to this ball.
I mean,
If
this
his controller
is
dies,
frame
he
perfect.
gets
What are you talking about? This is frame perfect.
Alright, he's having a little bit of trouble.
Oh, and he got
And he
it.
does
Okay.
it.
And he does it. What a legend. And Kona just DMs. See if this boy can get in here. Oh. Hello.
What's up?
Hello.
Congrats
my guy?
on the amazing victory. Thanks for building that tension.
What a victory, dude.
Yeah, dude. I didn't play as well as I hoped, unfortunately, but I'm glad I still was able to clutch out the win.
Yeah, those slides though, you know, are
I don't know what happened. I'm gonna have to look at the VOD and see if I can figure that out.
well, a couple things we noticed, like when you were getting back up at the very end of your slides, you were
Yeah.
using a very sharp angle when you should be doing something more
Yeah, and
shallow.
that makes it inconsistent.
But
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah, and then you like stuck warped one time or something, and
Yeah,
that-
That was a bit weird.
that again, that's a product of your angle. And if you react to that, you can dive cancel and get out of it, but it's not a
Okay.
guarantee you'll get on top either. But like that's your best bet if you want to avoid stuck warping. It's like worst case you fall off and you're back at the beginning anyways.
yeah, that's true.
So, but Cheesy did have a couple issues in early game and mid game as he decided to go for the newer route. And he also decided to go for the crazy stuck warp strat in heating up Mafia Town and spent a minute messing that up.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I was watching the stream in between loading screens, and I feel kind of bad.
Yeah, it was rough. But I mean, we were mentioning it in commentary. Is that he seems like a newer runner. I think he is.
Well, he's been playing for a while, but I don't know how often.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like it's just overall play time, like not like how long he's been playing for.
Because he's been doing some pretty hard strats, but
Doing
the consistency is definitely not there yet.
Going for the Nindide, learn all the hardest strats all the time, so that eventually your consistency will catch up. But for two or 3 years, you'll be an inconsistent idiot.
Yeah, basically.
That's
I hope you guys like the name entries and
Yeah, that was really
funny.
funny.
I'm changing my display
I
name
had
on
to.
Twitter to Chalker.
There's no space.
There's no space, dude. Curse me in my 8-letter name.
But yeah, I think a lot of the mistakes I made were because of a lack of practice. And I know next time I'll make sure to prepare better for the tournament. I think I'm going up against Pulsar next. So even though I'm gonna lose anyways, I should give it my best shot.
Yeah, man, you gotta shoot your shot, dude.
Well, Cheesy just died to Mustache Girl.
That's rough.
I have died there before.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same.
All
It's not
done
fun.
there. Where's he on the leaderboard? Hang on. Is he CFSM or is he Cheesy on the leaderboard?
CFSM.
Found him. I'm looking at is... Yeah, so I don't know if this PB on speedrun.com is...
Yeah, because his level of play was way better than a 56 as far as I could tell.
Yeah, it's just whether or not he's actually been doing runs. Like maybe he did it... Well, because he only has one run on leaderboard. Like including obsolete runs. He only has that one run up there. So either he's not submitting because he's not proud of the time, or he hasn't played for 2 months and he only just started playing again for the tourney. Like I think the latter might be what happened. because he started learning again when the tourney started. I mean, we can ask him in a minute here when he's done, but that's my guess as to what happened. So when are you learning the new route, Kona?
As soon as I can. I'm gonna learn the new strats.
It's not
That's
too hard.
good. At the very least, learn toilet.
Yeah, you can learn toilet and then skip village rift, and that saves a decent chunk of
But
time.
you should probably learn the whole thing.
You can learn the whole thing.
That's
yeah.
what I plan on doing. I might as well at that point, with toilet
Yeah.
and signature and then the purple rift.
I just know that toilet took me literally 2 minutes to learn. It's really free.
Oh, that's the
Yeah,
other thing, Kona. When you change your settings at the beginning of finale, you can press F5 and F6 to undo it if you want to get the exact same.
Yeah,
button.
it gives you like bright lighting.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Thanks
So
for the tip.
I usually hit F5 in the middle of wall climbs, and then I hit F6 in the middle of mashing cutscenes at the very end. And that'll set and unset your stuff.
Yep. I see you doing.
He's nice, dude.
I play with F5 mode the whole time and it looks horrible, but it's easier.
It's easier on your laptop, isn't it?
I don't actually think it matters for the graphics. It's just I don't want to switch back and forth. Also, the graphics settings I use, I can still see Finale just fine, so I don't even know why I do it. It's like even easier to see.
I feel it. Get lost.
Oh yeah, F5 mode also turns off depth of field. That's a good reason for me to. Because
Yeah,
mail delivery service you can see easier.
Yeah, it disables like a couple shaders as well. Let's say it looks like he's getting low 103, my dude. We'll get him in here for a few Q's and A's if he's down.
Is there anything else you want to know from me before we invite Cheesy in here?
I don't know, man. And like overall, how do you feel the journey's going so far? Oh, there's Cheesy.
Hey,
Hey.
Cheesy.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can. What's up, my guy?
Yeah. So that was quite the run.
Yeah, it was a bit rough. And Snatcher and
And Humpty.
heating up Mafia Town.
Yeah.
And like overall, how do
I
you
knew
feel the
everything
journey's
was going to
so
go
far?
downhill
there's
once I
Cheesy.
missed
Mic
double
on.
dupe.
Hey,
Hey.
Cheesy.
When
So-
I picked up one ticket.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can. What's up, my guy? Wait, someone's echoing. Am I echoing? No.
I don't think it's me.
Might be Cheesy.
I think it's fixed now. I think I fixed it.
What was I gonna say? Yeah. So correct me if I'm wrong. Like, how long have you had on the new route and new strats and stuff? Like, when did you start playing again?
Okay, well, I went like incognito for like 3 weeks or AFK for like 3 weeks. But then I learned everything a few days ago. But the thing was, I've never soft locked Snatcher. That has never happened to me.
Yeah,
And
I
that
saw
was
that.
horrible. It happened like 3 times in a row. It was horrible.
Yeah, I saw that happen. I was like, I think the issue was that like you were hitting him too many times. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not as familiar as I could be with that fight, but it seemed like you were
Yeah.
advancing his fight phase too quickly, or too many times in a row.
Right.
Janky.
What's your
But-
PB right now?
It's a 52-23.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah, because that wasn't the one on speedrun.com, so we were wondering.
Yeah,
that was the other thing. Where like you're going
I-
for strats that are way harder than a 56 would lead you
And
to.
playing way better than a 56 player.
right. Yeah, it just... I don't know. And the heating up Mafia Town, when I was trying to get the brewer hat clip into the faucet,
Mhm.
I just failed it for like a minute just over and over again.
Hey man, I'm the guy who missed the SDJs in Train Rift for 3 minutes.
It was a
the
bad
other day.
idea for me to go for the new route, but I just thought I could show it to the audience. So
Yeah, I mean it was good on you. I mean you could go big or go home, right? But consistency is also key in races like these, and especially like long format tournaments as well. But
right. But
You
yeah,
know,
thanks
how-
for letting me run. Thanks for having me.
yeah, I mean overall your performance in the tournament was pretty good. You beat your other cheese. You got,
Yeah.
to, you got to beat Hardcore Cheese 5.
I think you
Yeah.
are the best cheese in the tournament.
You're 100%.
I don't know. I don't know about that. There's a little rivalry between me and Hardcore Cheese.
And man, you just gotta chase him on the LBs.
This is a note to Hardcore. I'm coming for you.
Oh dude, he's calling you out.
You
Dude.
better watch out.
But yeah, if you got anything else for the chat or the folks you want to say, any other comments?
Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah,
It was
thanks
nice
for
racing
watching.
you. Nice racing you, Cheese.
Yeah, it was a good race.
There will actually be another Hen Time. I think around 2 hours. So stick around for that.
Yeah, it'll be at 9 Eastern, which is it's in 1 hour.
Yeah, about an hour from now.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
kidding. I can't read time. I did 7 + 2 = 8.
Heck yeah, dude. Yeah, that'll be between Dylan and Headstrong 1290, and my boy Kona will be on the mic then. Otherwise, I think we're gonna close it off on Speed Gaming 2 for now. Stick around; they'll be hosting probably one of the other Speed Gaming channels if any of those are live, and just keep the page open. We'll be live again in about an hour, another race, and yeah, I've been Chakrit, Woofer, my boy Kona, my boy Cheesy.
Thanks
Alright,
for
peace
Thanks for
out.
watching.
watching.
Yep. See you guys.
See you.